3. You grow hard about what you want to be. Step 4. Everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gon' rise to the sun. Step 2. Get some good, some food in you. Step 3. You grow hard about what you want to be. Step 4. Everybody just do your thing.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Welcome to the Manic Monday edition of the Bullhorn Betty channel. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So before we get actually, let me go through here because otherwise I won't even see your comments at all. So I'm going to take these off. I feel those are what I use when I feel like a granny with those on. I hope you guys are all doing wonderful this morning. This is the beginning of another week. Weeks are literally flying by. Weeks are really flying by. Like it's going to be my birthday. We got to figure out what we're going to do. Are we going to should I put some balloons up behind me? Should I take the day off or should we party together? That'll be the question. Don't answer that yet. Don't answer that yet. Well, let me get through the good mornings and then we'll start having the discussion. So first this morning, Tammy Sue, good morning. Karen Davis, Misty D. Don, nice to see you. Sheila, Mike Stevens has blessed us with, I know it says Mike Stevens, but you never know. Are you a female or male? I don't know, right? I don't know. Or maybe I should ask, never mind, I won't go there. Kim, good morning. Our beautiful Anissa. Don't know how she's here this morning. I would be like dead to the world. Our insomniac. Nancy B. Melody, good morning, love. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Angel, nice to see you. Southern Grammy Wolf, nice to see you. JB's Mama, good morning. Mama Show. ZZT. Seabass, good morning, Mama Bear of 10. I love Mama Bear of 10. I love you all, but I just a little special place for Mama Bear of 10. If you guys don't know why you haven't been watching Bullhorn Betty long enough, I actually had an opportunity to kind of interview her, and she is a loving woman. Her family is what is right with the foster care system. And she's just so blessed, and she has a gift and a passion for children that has led her to very good things and doing wonderful things. So again, thank you. We can't thank you enough. Good morning, Mary. Still wild, still horses. Good morning. Good morning. Guidance in life with TLC. I know I told you I wasn't going to talk about the drama, but it's kind of hard not to, because, and it's funny, and we'll get into it. We'll get into my thought process. Now, I could be completely off base. I could be completely spot on, but I'm going to guidance. You can kind of be the wayer of truth, at least on one aspect of it. Good morning, Julia. Kimberly, nice to see you. Audrey. Robert's girl. I think we got just about everybody. Christine, good morning. Yes, Manic Monday. Is it Sunday? Like I told you, it's Manic Monday. Thank God. You guys made my day. We'll start over again tomorrow. We'll call it Manic Monday tomorrow. Tell you, I've been working my little butt off. It's Monday for me. Well, it's Monday for me every day because I never stop working. So just checking to make sure everybody was awake this beautiful Sunday morning. Good morning. New subscriber here from Tennessee. Oh, great. That's okay. I just thought it was Monday, and everybody just reminded me it was Sunday. I'm completely off. Mom, why aren't you helping me here? No, I'm just joking. So good morning. We got through everything. So there's a couple of things that I wanted to find out for all of those that are in the chat right now. One, don't forget to like this channel. We've been working really, really hard. Been working day and night. And I want to find out how many of you guys got to watch. I released a video kind of explaining the Jolissa Fuentes story. Who had an opportunity to watch that? If you had an opportunity to watch that, put a 1 in the chat. Let me get it pulled up. Because what I'm going to do is that 8-minute reel literally took me hours to put together and release. And actually had several, after I finalized it, I still had several additions that I needed to, is this it? No, that's not it. This is it right here. Hold on, let me see if I can get the link. It's not going to give me the link without going in. Hold on, guys. Let me just find a different way in here. Probably going to have to go through my studio to get the link. Anyways, okay, so some of you guys, not yet. Okay. Good morning, Karen G. Nice to see you. Yes. Oh, awesome. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put the link in here for those that would like to watch it that haven't watched it. I'm sorry, but I mean, I worked really hard on it. I'm allowed to toot my own horn every now and again. I thought I did a great job on it. It took me a little while to get it and to make sure that all the information in it is correct. Now, there is some, just to let you know up front, there are some stuff that were speculated in there, like why she would go up to that Avocado Lake, Pine Flat Lake area. There are a faction of people that don't believe that she would have went to that area alone. I don't know, what kind of CCTV footage they have, because remember, she went in the opposite direction on Nebraska. So did she possibly go pick up a friend? And maybe her and her friend decided to drive up there, because they said that they drive up there to smoke, but she never really goes that way alone. She always does it with a friend. So it kind of makes me wonder, did a friend go with her? There are, I hate to say this, but there are some comments, from that video that I released yesterday. Did I put that in there? Yeah. There are some comments from the video I released yesterday, basically stating that, there is the area that she was heading when she went west on Nebraska. I was told, now, again, I don't know this to be fact. I don't have any information. This just happens to be a comment from a commenter, but I wanted to make sure that you guys heard it, because we did touch on it a little bit yesterday. And it was that, possibly, was there maybe a gang issue here? Was there a gang issue here? Could this have been gang related? Because, we don't know who she is really. Most of us are only getting information from our news organizations. We're not really hearing, at least for me, I haven't heard a whole lot from her friends and family. We do see some photos, they look like normal people and everything like that. But, I'm just unsure, because we have, let me pull this up real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And it's just a little concerning. It really is a little concerning, especially with the fact that we find something like this on the internet and she is a missing person. So it doesn't necessarily mean anything bad. It could have just been something that her and her friends were playing with, that they were just horsing around, back whenever I was younger, not in my 20s, but, younger, early teens, 13, 14, 15, somewhere around there. We did play around with, gangs and stuff like that, just trying to find our place in the world. And of course, me being a troubled child, naturally you gravitate to troubled people. Good morning, Pebbles. Nice to see you. Male gang members wouldn't kill a woman, would they? Oh yeah. I mean, think about MS-13. They don't care. They don't care. I don't care who you are. If they get, they're told, it's part of your loyalty and obligation to that particular gang. Now, I don't know specifically, I'm not into gang lingo. Okay. I have to admit that I have no clue what gang affiliation that particular sign is affiliated with. I don't know. I really don't. But we do see this here. We do have a missing woman. Does this play into that missing woman? I don't know. But it is my understanding, and guys, help me out here, because I got a lot of mixed information this morning. All right. I've been getting up. Many of you guys know my sleep has been really, it's just not been doing well. My back's been jacked. I haven't been sleeping well. I've just got enormous amount of stuff that I'm doing here, enormous amount. It weighs on you. So your mind's always constantly thinking. I can get, 3 or 4 hours, maybe two, I should probably say about 2 to 3 hours of sleep. And then I wake up and I'm up for like an hour, and then I'll get 2 or 3 hours of sleep. I'll be up for an hour, and then I'll get 2 or 3 hours of sleep. It's just kind of how it's been here lately. So I'm just rolling with it, right? I'm not fighting it. I'm just rolling with it, and hopefully it adjusts itself. I don't know. But again, at the end of the day, we have this beautiful missing woman. All right. She's 22 years old. We don't know what, it's obvious that she comes from some sort of broken home. Somebody had also commented, I wanted to make sure that I was very clear on that comment. Somebody said that, in the, Mexican tradition, it's not uncommon for, which I don't know if she's Mexican or Latina or whatever, but this was just a comment that was told to me. So, it doesn't really matter who you stay with. Mexican families are very tight knit. It's not uncommon. This is what was told to me. It's not uncommon to have, children living with grandmothers or nephews and nieces living with aunts and uncles and stuff like that. It's a really tight knit type of family. And many of you guys don't know about my story. I have a whole family of Mexican descendants in my family. We're just a blended type of family. And I have like literally half of my family is white and half of my family is Mexican. And so I'm not sure how I agree with that. Yes, they're more family oriented. And when, it's hard to take care of kids, other family members do step up and help out, for example, my niece and nephew, one of them has like 6 or 7 children, you know what I'm saying? So the family steps in and helps wherever we can help and watch or live, whatever. So I do understand that. However, in my family, we've never had to go to court, have bench warrants issued for non-payment of child support, or, have child support levied by the county and things of that nature. I've never heard of that. That almost feels like there is something else there, because again, I do agree that yes, I think us as human beings, when our family is struggling or we have young children that aren't being taken care of, or, the family can't help, or they need to come into our homes for a little while there's some kind of, stabilization process that goes on with the parents and stuff like that. Like, I can understand that. I think that we do that, across the, whoever we are. I don't think it really matters what kind of nationality or anything else that you have. But I have to say that, in my family, my Mexican part of my family is definitely more tight knit. I can guarantee that than portions. But as many of you guys know my story, there's a lot of that comes with that. All of us come from pretty much a broken home. My father came from a broken home. He had 6 siblings. 3 of his brothers and sisters did the same thing his parents did, leaving their children, drinking themselves to death. All that other garbage. So, even a half of my family is still never broke that cycle. 3 of them were able to break the cycle. 3 of them were not able to break the cycle. That's the way the numbers work, to be honest with you. It's just the way the numbers worked. Now, another thing that we heard last night is there were some people in the chat. Now, I slept. I wasn't, I didn't have a problem being up at 12, 1, 2 o'clock this morning. So I missed Dolly's live last night about this case. I heard that his chat room was literally popping last night. I think he had a peak. I'm still getting through the video, but it looked like he had a peak of some 12 or 1,600 people in his chat last night. Something insane. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. Hopefully one day we will be as big as that one day, right? When I first started coming out, we had every morning here, we had about 500 to 900 people in here, but that was prior to everybody going and crazy over the Summer Wells case and losing their ever-loving mind. So I tried to stay sane throughout all of it. I don't know, maybe some of the crazies were rubbed off on me. I don't know yet. This is a 2 gangs. Okay, so here we go. This is a 2-6 gang symbol. Any connections with Chicago? I don't know. See, that's been my problem with this entire case here is that, the reason why I found out about the whole, parents and the child support stuff is I wasn't looking for it. I was actually looking for any information related to Jolissa's actual background, what she's done. And apparently her name was searchable the way that they set up this case, these 2 cases. And so I was able to pull both cases. But by the time the mom went there, I think I assume that Irene and one of her brothers are most likely the youngest, because they were the ones that were on the moms, which is the later one. So it's in 2019, there was only 2 children that there was the custody issue back and forth over or child support stuff. But again, it really doesn't make heads or tails. It was just, that I was questioning the fact that, Jolissa, she went there. I was concerned because we were hearing information from other sources that she did frequent the Pine Flat Lake and Avocado Lake areas to smoke marijuana with her friends. She would drive up there. They would never get out. They would never stay. Now, does that mean that they pulled up somewhere and parked and chilled and then just never got out of the car and came back home? I don't know. But it was told to me that they went up there to smoke. It wasn't uncommon. Her family said, on the other hand, that it was very uncommon for her to be in that area. They didn't understand why she was in that area. So you can imagine my confusion as to why her friends are saying that she frequents that area to smoke with friends in the car, but her parents are saying that they don't know why she'd ever be in that area. This is uncommon for her. Now, I don't know if the family's saying that so people have the urgency to look for her instead of saying, oh, well, she usually goes up there, so it's not uncommon for her to be up there. Maybe it's because they don't feel that law enforcement is taking this case seriously enough. We see that over and over again. We're hearing it. We heard it at the press conference. The family feels like the law enforcement, they've stopped communicating with them. They're left in limbo. They don't know what is going on with their daughter. They're not helping with them. They're not coordinating. The family's also coordinating search efforts. But in times like this, I just I realize that law enforcement has a job to do. And I realize that they have a case to protect. And, because they want, for example, if this was, say, a gang hit, or if she had an ex-boyfriend that she ran into that, was abusive. We don't know her past. That's the problem. We really don't know her past. We have one source telling us, all this information. And that's coming from, the source that I've seen myself. Maybe there are other people, has been Riley Lively. But, and I like Riley Lively. However, she's driving the narrative that there's, more nefarious things here. The problem is I'm not seeing that yet. That's assumptive and speculative in nature to say something like that, especially without having some sort of evidentiary foundation. Somebody saying that they heard this or heard that. Right now, all we have is a girl that, in all intents and purposes, just didn't feel like going to bed that night, wanted to hang out with friends. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready to stop. She just wanted to be, she wasn't ready to go home. It was very apparent she wasn't ready to go home. She had the altercation at the family gathering. She didn't wind up home until after 3 a.m. She was there for like 30 minutes or 40 minutes. She picks up a few belongings. She's out the door. She's going to the store to get a cigar. She calls her brother. She wanted to hang out with her brother, and her brother wasn't coming home. So she's just like, what do I do now? Right? What do I do now? And then we see her leave that store and go west on Nebraska, which is in the opposite direction of the family gathering, as well as her grandmother's house where she lives and resides. But that wasn't where it stopped. She went all the way up there to Avocado Lake and Pine Flat Lakes. Did she go willingly? Was a friend with her? But her not having a cell phone, her not having activity on her bank, her not having social media activity, this is not a good sign for a 22-year-old girl. Not a good sign at all. It's sad. I have a funny feeling this is going to turn out to be very, very sad. And I think we all want to know. And another thing that we heard, and I keep going to it and then I go on a tangent, is last night in Dolly's chat, people sent me some clips of chat conversations about her car possibly being found yesterday. I have scoured social media. I have scoured any news organization, any articles, and I can't find anything that states that they found her car or found her. Okay. So now, I know people are helping and trying to get information out. But, even with Dolly's chat room or any other creator's chat room for that matter, if you do hear something like that, if you can, post a link some of the, I know you can't post a link, so to speak, in chat, but you kind of can. They don't allow links to be posted, but if they're short enough, all you have to do is between .com is go there and put a space there. And then people can cut and paste from that. At least that's my understanding, because you can't post links in here. The only people that can post links in this chat is me, as well as all the moderators. I think that, if I'm understanding, that's correct. I'm not 100% on that, though. The symbol is a bunny, which is a gang symbol in Chicago for Hispanic gangs called 2-6. They are a popular gang within the city and police department. So there you go. Apparently it's a 2-6 gang symbol. Let's see what 2-6 gangs. Let me see something here. Let's look at this. I mean, I'm just curious, I mean, we've got a missing woman here. We have to look at all aspects of her life. And if she's throwing gang symbol up, we have to determine, was that just for fun? Does she hang around gang members, but not part of a gang? Or is she part of a gang? Was this a gang hit? Could this be potential for a gang hit? I don't know. I really don't know. But what I can tell you is that we have a missing girl that's been flashing gang signs up on some posts. And I don't know. I can't remember when that post was created with that particular sign. Was, because we go through stages as we grow. We go through, maybe a hip hop stage, maybe a goth stage, maybe a, gang baggy pants stage. Like, I think as we're growing up, we go through several phases of our life in trying to find out who we are as a person. And sometimes, environmental conditions, places we live, areas that we're hanging out with, areas that we frequent determine where we end up. Because, I don't know how to, I don't want to be, I got to be careful what I say, because you never want to insult people, but you try to, but I think everybody in here has probably gone through multiple phases of their lives as they were growing up. All of us grandkids stay with Granny off and on growing up because Papa died young. Granny loved us to stay. We made sure she was always had somebody. Yeah, that's sweet. That's sweet. Yeah, we did the same thing. Our family went out to my grandfather's house in Mayaca City literally every Sunday. And we were kind of talking about that because, at night it got a little scary out there. I wasn't always Bullhorn Betty. I was a little scared kid, so being out there with the crickets and the frogs and the lizards and the stuff that shook the trees and things like that. I remember when I was young, it took me a while to finally sleep at my grandfather's house for a full night, but we lived like 45 minutes away from my grandfather's house. So it was crazy. My parents would literally just be pulling into the driveway and they would be walking in the door with the phone ringing. It's like, we got to come back, don't we? Like, yeah, she's not doing well. They always had to come back because I was crying. It was scary. But I finally adjusted. One night my dad's just like, he was on the phone and he told me, he's like, I am not coming and getting you. You begged me to stay. You begged me to let you stay there. I let you stay there. Every time I let you stay there, you call me and make me come pick you up. He's like, now you're stuck. I'm not coming to get you. And I finally cried myself to sleep. But the next morning when I woke up at my grandfather's house, I'm like, I did it. I stayed here, right? So after that, the problem was done. I loved staying at my grandfather's house and always tried to stay there as much as I could. I'm looking at the sign, can't find it at all, but there's a lot of them online. I think it's I think you have to look specifically for is it 2-6 gang? 2-6 gang. Oh, there we go. Hold on, let's pull this up. So what we get? That look like the symbol she was using? I don't know if that looks like the symbol she was using. I don't think that was the symbol she was using. Let's see. Let's go to images. Yeah, I'm not. Let's see here. Let me try to pull her picture back up here real quick. It's still up here. Hold on. Pull you back. Yeah, I don't know if that looks like that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that looks like the symbol that she was. Let me find her photo, unless I deleted it. I probably deleted it. Hold on, let me find it again. And then Annette Adams, man, I don't know what is up with that. I can't seem to find really anything on Annette Adams. Her file is just so bleak. And where's those photos? I think we're coming up to them. There it is. All right, so here's the symbol. Let's look at it now that I got it up. Just want something I can blow up, and it's not blowing up too well. Let's see. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Let me pull this photo right here. Save image. Yep. Dang. All right, so let me see if I can make this bigger. Let's look at it. All right, let me pull it up. I got stuff up now. Sorry about that, guys. So here is the gang. Let me see if I can find hers now. There it is. So it just doesn't look the same. Like this is the guy. So, yeah, it doesn't really look the same. You know, can't seem to get it over. Hold on a second. Let me go back. We can make the photo differently. I don't know how to do that. I'm still trying to adjust to this stupid. There we go. But I can't seem to move this over. But this is the hand I want to see, but it's not. There we go. Right there. So it looks similar, but it looks like his pinky is up here and his index finger is up here. So it looks a little different. So I'm unsure. I really am. But she could be backwards too. But she looks like she's using her pinky and her index finger, and he's using his index. Or not his. She looks like she's using the ring finger and pinky, and he's using his index finger and pinky. So I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure if this is the gang 6 symbol for the 2-6 gang. I'm really not sure. Irene called in and answered a bunch of questions on Justice J4L. Who's that channel? Is it Justice for All, or is it? Jolissa 22. Yes, her phone was last pinged in the area. Why didn't they find her? I'm still trying to figure out. Did anybody hear? You know, it was nice for Kiely Rodni, because we had some information on Kiely Rodni. You know, they were recording themselves out there, Adventures with Purpose, and, you know, put a post on social media about the finding or something of that nature. The problem I have is that for whatever reason, we haven't heard anything since they were really involved with Jolissa's case. Has anybody knows where any information is, you know, at related to that? Because I've been trying to follow this case. Betty, Kings County Emergency News and Alert on Facebook has posted about her car. Thank you, Kings County. Let's go over here right now. Thank you so much. Kings County. Good. Where where is that? Kings County Emergency News and Alerts on Facebook. Emergency News and Alerts. Let's go here. Of course, you're going to join the group. Getting approval. Do you live in Kings County? Oh, yeah. You have the link to that. Their who is that, Mags? Do you have the link to it by chance? Okay. Let's see if I can get in here. It won't let me in. Well, maybe I can go into the discussion. The group is private. So is there any way I can get you, Mags, to take a screenshot of that comment and email it to me at bullhornbetty@gmail.com, or somebody else that has access to this group? I just went into Kings County. I have not. Oh, here we go. I see you. Hold on a second. I think you're sending it to me now. Just thought I saw something come in. There it is. Yeah, I joined the group, but I don't know if you can go in there and, like, some of these private groups, members can approve the person. If you want to go in there, my name's Andrew Griffin, see if you can go ahead and approve me. I've got the link to the Kings County. I just need a photo of the actual post because I can't review it. All right. So in the interim, let's just keep going through here while we get that worked out. It sounds like there is some breaking news on Jolissa Fuentes, but I don't have it in my possession at the moment. Here's the link for the history of the gang. Okay, so Guidance in Life. If somebody would like to review the history of the gangs, Guidance in Life just posted. Looks like I'll go look, Mags. Yeah, Nissa, I can't get into Kings County Emergency News. I just signed up and joined for me to be a member of that group, but it's a private closed group. So if there is anything, I'm not going to be able to have access. If somebody else that has access to this, if you can screenshot the comments about her car and email it to me at Bullhorn Betty, we'll get that pulled up and start looking at that. Maybe she's doing it wrong. Looks like a sign for hearing impaired. Nah, I don't know. No, that she looked like she was putting up gang symbols. Remember, I'm deaf in one ear. My parents did not know if I was going to lose the hearing in my other ear. So, they did, when I was younger, try to get me into those hearing impaired groups to learn, Braille, learn sign language, to learn all this other stuff because they didn't know, again, whether I was going to lose my entire hearing, which again is the reason why a lot of people say I scream or I talk loud. I talk loud naturally in my language because of my hearing. I don't realize how loud I'm talking sometimes. It's been a problem since I was, for forever. People that live, that know me and everything have just adjusted to it because they know that it's something that I can't control. I mean, it's my hearing. Yeah. I don't know what I do if my hearing decides to completely go out. because I don't remember sign language. They need a private investigator from out of town. Yeah. Can I change my name to something nicer? No, I can't. No, that's my name. So I wear my name very proudly. I'm very honored with the name of Bullhorn Betty. You know, very, very happy, very pleased. And I didn't even do it. Everybody else did. When I went out there in front of Gabby Petito's home, my name was Andrew Griffin. When I left Gabby Petito's home, my name was Bullhorn Betty. So I didn't give myself that name. Somebody else did. And you know what? I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of what I do. Whether or not people think it's controversial, don't like it, doesn't matter. It's completely lawful. I do everything well. And you know what? I have families reaching out to me that need help because we don't care. We're there for the victims. We're not there to play nice with people. We're not there to be popular or to make friends. We're there to do a job, and we do our job very well. Very well. Yeah, and I think that's something that does, that's right in line with that. But with her being gone this long, because this is the problem I see. I deal with this stuff literally on a daily basis. Do you know every single person that disappears in this country? We go down this whole thing of this ST. It is a common thing that happens here. It is a common thing, but folks, there's a lot of education that needs to be brought into this. Not everybody that goes missing is ST'd. And, it's just not it. Children, yes, it is happening across this country. It is. There's no doubt about it. But we need to find the real numbers of it, because right now, I think the numbers are all over the place. Nobody can really hone in on how much of this is happening. What is the percentage of it happening? 1%, a 0.5%, a 0.25% is entirely too high. And let's just be honest. This should not be happening in our country or any other country across the globe. This has got to stop. But we also have to quit jumping to the conclusion and labeling everyone. And this is why. Every time a person misses, that's the first thing people jump to is the ST, is the ST. You know what? People are so used to hearing ST that they're literally blocking it out. They're no longer even acknowledging that as a possibility, because every single time something happens to somebody, that is being rammed down their throat without any possibility of evidence or anything. But literally every single Gabby Petito, right? We had somebody out there arguing with everybody literally in the streets that she was trafficked. That was not true. Summer Wells, we still haven't found her, but then we heard it about Serenity McKinney. We heard it about Harmony Montgomery. We heard it about Oakley Carlson. We hear it about this case. People were saying that happened to Kiely out there in Prosser Campground. I mean, it's literally every time somebody disappears, that's the first thing they think of. And I'm sorry, but it's just not that common. It is common. Don't get me wrong. I'm not playing down the numbers, but literally 100% of the missing people out there are not 100% trafficked across the United States of America. There's just despicable people that they have run into, or there has been a tragic accident. That is the majority of the time. Yet those are the last things that the people on YouTube even consider. Just saying. You've got mail. Okay. Give me just a second, guys. Let me pull this stuff up. This is my Bullhorn Betty. Oops. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Hold on. Let me go back to that. I'm seeing it up. I hopefully you guys aren't listening to it. Okay. I got them. Yeah, but the problem is that photo is just not clear enough to make. They had a much clearer photo. Let me see if I can find that photo. More videos. Now let's turn that down. Yeah, now I don't know if she was passed out. I'm not sure about that. Screenshots. Let's see. not sure. I'm not sure because, you know, we keep hearing about her being in the back seat, but nobody has actually come out and said she's, you know, that law enforcement hasn't said she was in the back seat. Somebody just, and I remember when that whole conversation started rolling out. It was when how they tarped the back of the car when it was coming out. They're like, oh, they're tarping the back. They're tarping it back. She must be in the back seat. You know, and I remember hearing that over and over again. I'm like, wait a minute. I watched that come out. And now I still haven't heard one person come out and say, yes, she was in the back seat. You know, everybody, it just started with the way that the truck, the SUV was being tarped as it exited the water. And they caught the photo right when only the back was covered. But they were pulling it from the back all the way to the front. Every single window in that car was covered. And it wasn't like, oh, they covered the back and then later came back and covered the front. It wasn't like that at all. They covered it as it was coming out of the water. I watched it with my son. Actually, we watched it here together. They pulled that cover slap up over the entire SUV from the back to the front. But people took that picture. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because I don't know if for any reason she, it's Serena's birthday today. My niece. My niece is watching. Happy birthday. No news in media about this case. That's what I thought. Thank you, Karen Davis. So do I. Mess with the bull, you get the bullhorn. Guys, the person was just a troll. They just wanted acknowledgement, so I gave them the acknowledgement. I think she will have the same outcome as Kiely, either in the water or she's in a deep place and hasn't been seen yet. I believe that. That's kind of, you know, but, you know, she hasn't been found. There's been a lot of time that's passed, and, you know, we had, for us not to consider that there was, you know, that there's been more nefarious means that could have happened to her, you know, at this point in time, it'd be hard. Kiely, I was more confident in because, you know, you could really see her background. Like, she's a smart girl. You know, she graduated at 16. It sounded like she was pretty effed up out there. It just made sense. She's surrounded by water. You know, this is a different, Jolissa's is much different. You know, she was so far away from her home, you know, over an hour away from her home. She left in the wrong way, but we all knew just based on the interactions with the family party as well as other people that she just didn't want to go home. She wasn't ready to go home yet. That photo of everyone in the party facing other direction. How come not one of them have a drink or look like they are doing drugs? They don't look like they're drunk either. We don't know when that picture was taken. And that's another thing. People are looking at these, like that photo could have literally been taken at 10 o'clock at night, right when everybody had just gotten there. And that would explain why there was no booze in their hand yet. You know, maybe they were waiting. Maybe that's the reason why they were looking. They saw somebody coming up and they knew whoever the person that was bringing all the booze was coming around the corner. Maybe they were all looking for the booze man. I mean, we don't know. We have no context for any of these photos. None. I don't know. To me, it sounded like that, you know, you're not going to have 400 people have the same story. There was absolutely, without a doubt, a lot of underage drinking out of there and a lot of underage drug use out there. That is apparent. Law enforcement has acknowledged it. Other children have acknowledged it. Other people that were out there or knew somebody at the party were acknowledging it. So this idea that those kids weren't drinking or it's some kind of, you know, I don't know, fake story. I don't believe it. A bunch of kids out in the woods, not drinking. Okay. Don't believe it. I don't believe it. So, you know, I'm not sure, Melody. I really am not. I just don't know. I don't. I think Kiely was an accident. Time to leave the parking lot was 12:30. Yeah. And she was so close. Once she finally realized where the party was in conjunction with her car, it's apparent that, you know, in that time frame from the time she was leaving. And you know what? It very well be somebody actually came in here and suggested that maybe there was a line of cars and she might have been Sorry, guys. I've got the stupid TV that I took off the freaking wall behind me sitting here, and I got to find the stands for it to put the legs back on it so it can stand up, because right now it's just on a swivel thingy. Anyways, every time I turn around, it's hitting my chair. I cleaned out, you know what? As a matter of fact, this will segue into just give this conversation a break up. I forgot about this stuff, guys. I'm cleaning my office right now, right? Look at this. You guys remember those? Out in front of Brian Laundrie's house? I forgot I was the beautiful owner of these. How can you forget? I don't know how I forgot, but I surely did. I surely did. Remember those? Yeah. I forgot the gentleman that actually paid for these. And then, a designer, a very good artist by the name of O.J. Robbins actually drew these. And a lady came out to Gabby Petito's memorial and stole them. So the owner called law enforcement. Look what else I found. This was out there in front of the house where everybody signed it. And it's crazy because guess who we had in the chat room yesterday? Remember? Look at that. Kind of funny, huh? Kind of funny. So it makes me wonder if I got a true, legit stalker, right? White Boy was there. T-Spiracy was there. Barnyard. Damaged Good with No Regrets. Andra. See, I signed my name as Andra because I was not Bullhorn Betty at the time. JLR. Molly Go Lightly. Red, White, and Bethune. AB. K. Smalls. Triggered Crimes. Brian St. John. So they had a lot of people in here. Miss Harmony, Interview Room, Ickmel, Justice for Gabby, Evil Exists. Dear Gabby, we try to be your voice from all of us on YouTube who want justice. Find Brian Laundrie, Justice for Gabby. So I thought that was just kind of a little, a step back in time. Like I said, I'm moving all of the signs. I've got a lot of stuff in here. And I finally, I've been working really hard to clean out my ex-husband's, I got in here. Something happened in here. I got a little poker out here. So anyways, I've been cleaning out my ex-husband's, all the closets that had any remnants of him, and I'm throwing it all out. It's been well over a year. It's, I think it's been, how long has it been? I separated in May of 2021. So it's been a little over a year. I figured, it's time to get life back to normal, and started just getting the house clean. So there was a lot of my political signs, my protest signs, and everything else are all in the office. So now I have this big, beautiful closet that's all cleaned out that has a home for all of my political signs and my protest signs. Like, look what I found. I even found these. Even found these. I have a funny feeling I'm going to be using this. I'm going to be using this again because law enforcement sucks. Law enforcement sucks. So it's like, wow, blast from the past, right? Walking down memory lane. Like, I still got more. Like, I got oodles and oodles more in here. What the hell is this? Oh, this is my speaker stand. Don't have the speaker anymore. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff in here. We got the dirty laundry basket. Might as well walk through it. This is the one that they left out there that had all the signs filled up with dirty stuff. I forgot. You know, we posted these. Remember, Marissa stuck these all over, went straight up to the door, stuck them on all the video or all the vehicles, everything. Like they could not walk out their door without seeing Gabby Petito's face literally everywhere. Literally everywhere. So, you know, I mean, I kept some of the original dirty laundry. It was brand new dirty laundry. I don't know if you guys remember. Marissa came out with brand new clothes, so we had to put them in the dirt and step all over them to make them dirty and then throw them in the basket while I kept some of the new dirty laundry. It should still be on. I know it should be. And I still have the large Gabby Petito sign that stood up in front of their yard too. Bob Fisher, hoarder. No, I'm not a hoarder. Have you watched an episode of Hoarders? They're keepsakes, dumbass. Sorry, you called me a hoarder, so I called you a dumbass. Maybe you should keep your name slinging to yourself, buddy. I'm a hoarder. I'm not a hoarder. I just have dirty laundry. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. So let me go back in here and see if anybody shot me a link of that post about her car. I get very skeptical. Listen, guys, you know what? I get very, very skeptical of these groups that are putting out this information but won't let people see it. And then nobody else has it but this King County Emergency News and Alert. And why is a Kings County Emergency News and Alert? Why is that a private group? Like, I don't understand why Kings County Emergency News and Alerts should be a private group. It seems like it should be public and open to anybody that's in the county. Like, I've been sitting here forever trying to, let me just see if maybe they got me refreshed. Let's see if I can get in there. Still nothing. And it's from Hanford, California. So it's odd. I just feel odd. Oh, finally, my post was allowed in the chat room from this. Oh, well, I'm not even worried about it. Sorry, guys. I don't know why people have to approve all this. It seems like a pain in the ass. But I get it. Guys, be careful. We do have several trolls in the house in here impersonating people. So just be on the lookout for that. I am not a hoarder, but I got a dumpster working on my house today. Everything's going. Everything. My divorce is final, and I'm moving on. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my divorce was final months ago. Literally months ago. I actually had a picture. My ex and I went out and had 2 cocktails and a slice of pizza to say our farewells. So we don't fight. I mean, even when we got a divorce, it was all consensual. It was all agreed upon. We didn't fight over really anything. It was just, I told him I was done. He wanted to stay. I told him I didn't. He said, okay, what do you need me to do? I said, sign here, sign here, sign here. That was it. I have a lifetime supply of makeup in my basement. Kidding me? You should see. I think if I would have go through here, I actually went through here and threw a bunch of makeup out. Like I had makeup for ages, like every color. The car and Kiely were. Yeah, Doug clearly says they expect a lot of heavy stuff to come in. Yeah, the FBI and Nevada County Sheriff's Office in Placer County now have one of the biggest missing clues in their investigation. I fully expect a lot of heavy stuff to come out from this. That's a statement. Actually, let me go over there to Nevada County Sheriff's Office. Kings County. Let me see if I can get to Kings County Sheriff's Office, because if they, Kings County Sheriff. And again, I don't understand why there's this whole news. Pasco County, Kings County Sheriff's Office, and this is in California. I'm not sure why they would have. I don't know. Sorry, guys, I really don't know. Have stuff about anti-tobacco, and I don't see anything on the sheriff's office site. And which sheriff? What is it? Is it Fresno County Sheriff Department? That's where we are. Fresno County Sheriff's Office. There we go. Let me see if I can find out anything here. If this was an accident, the FBI would have left the case. No, that's not true, Michelle. That's not true. Once you get resources, this is the way the government works. Once resources are deployed, they don't pull them back. So once you get the FBI involved, unless you tell them to leave, they are involved from the beginning to the end, no matter if the case changes or not. So that's not. I can tell you for a fact that's not true, because that's one of the things that I learned, especially in our county. You know, many of you guys know I'm heavily involved in my county politics and things like that. And that was one of the things that they told us about some other avenue. Once those resources are enacted, they don't shut them off. Once they've been deployed, once those assets and resources have been deployed, you have those assets and resources until the case is closed. So FBI is not going to say, oh, well, it was an abduction. We'll see you later, guys. Take care. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. My pal Sal, what is shaking? I haven't seen you pop your head in here in quite some time. Nice to see you, my friend. I hope all is well. Are these two cases connected? No, they're not connected at all. They just happen to be in the Northern California area. And the only thing that really connects these two cases together is Adventures with Purpose, just like that Annette Adams. I want to run a story on Annette Adams. I've got I think somebody has provided me some information, but there's literally nothing out there in the news world about Annette Adams' case at all. Like you know what we have? We have her age, we have her name, and we have the potential vehicle that she went missing in. That's it. We don't have where she was, what she was doing that day. You know, none of the preliminary information to help the public. We don't even have law enforcement. Now, this is a case that she's been disappeared for a year, and we don't even have law enforcement saying, "Hey guys, it's been a year since her disappearance. We still can't find any information related to her whereabouts. Can anybody call us?" We need the public's help. We don't even hear an outcry from law enforcement for Annette Adams for the public help and public input or anything for that. She went missing, and law enforcement is like, she's 75 years old, or she was 73 at the time. She's 73 at the time. Whatever. Let's move on. That's the way I feel that this has happened. That's the way I feel that this is happening all over the country. We have been training our law enforcement officers that anybody that's over the age of 18 can walk away. We can't do anything about it. That is bull. It takes literally an act of Congress to get any law enforcement agent to help an endangered adult. People are going to quit attacking children because they're going to have every person under the sun, FBI, CART teams, all these, 100 different organizations coming and breathing down your neck. You know what they're going to start doing? They're going to start attacking adults. They already are, but it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. I'm telling you, it's going to get worse because they're going to find out that adults, people over the age of 18, law enforcement don't care. They don't even bother looking for you. They leave it to the parents, family, and friends. Authorities have uncovered human remains in Lake Mead 5 times since May. Only 8 hours away from Truckee. Yeah. And a lot of those people, Bob, came from the 70s and 80s, though. So I have a funny feeling those were more mob disposals than anything. I could be wrong, though. But when we start hearing of those cases and finding out that they're solving cases from the 70s and 80s, and then you look back at the history of our country in the 70s and 80s, and with the casinos and the mob lifestyle and the mafia and everything, I kind of feel like these were, and even back then, those casinos were ran by mobs. And so you counted cards there, or you cheated, or something like that, you might be found in a lake somewhere. Was it right? No, but it was the Times. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Okay. So let me, Mags, just to let you know, I need a screenshot of what you're looking at because I've already went to the group. The group is a private group. I've already applied to get into that group. My membership is pending, but until my membership is approved, I can't see that post. So I was hoping maybe you could take a screenshot of the post related to the car because I can't even review it. When I go in there, this is what it says. It shows Kings County emergency alert, and it says your membership is pending. About this group is news discussion emergencies alert happening in Kings County. It's private. That's all I see. And even when I go over to the discussion tab, it says this group is private, that my membership is pending. So I literally can't even see, excuse me, one post in that group until I'm approved as a member. And, I answer all these questions truthfully, and they asked me if I'm part of a county. I guess I could lie, but I don't like lying. So I answered it and said, no, I'm not. I don't live in the county, have no family from the county. So we'll see if I get approved. But if you could, or anybody else in here that is associated with that King County emergency alert private group, if you could go in there and screenshot the message about Jolissa's car and send it to me to bullhornbetty@gmail.com, I'd greatly appreciate it. Not even a crumb to go on. No, exactly. I could not believe how little information, especially from places like California that, they should be screaming this from the rooftops. It's awful. It is awful. The Nevada County Sheriff's Office now has it for Kiely. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that post, but I didn't see anything for Jolissa, and I was just curious because the reason why is I'm very. If they did find the car, that would be great. But I would think at this point, if they found her car, it would be literally leading the news organizations there, especially with Adventures with Purpose being there. You would think that right now I should be able to go on Twitter and say Jolissa Fuentes, and about 1,000 posts come up that they found their car. I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that. That is huge breaking news, and I can't imagine one media outlet that out there in this area would give up a story like that. And I'm literally, it is now almost 10 o'clock in the morning, and we haven't heard any news organization or law enforcement state that the car has been found. If it has, I need to, hey, bitchy, nice to see you. I need to find it. Crazy Prepper Linda, good morning. See mixed shoes. Yeah, possibly. Yeah. So let's just look at some other things that are going on. And I forgot. I was going to do this read this to you guys this morning, as opposed to the language of letting go, because I love the messaging so much. So I'm going to pop it up for you and let's read it. Okay. I know somebody needs to hear this because when I came across it, I needed to hear it. Look how many cold cases for adults that have never been found from generations ago. So sad. Yes. Who said they found her car? Anyhow, I'm trying to get down to that. It's 3 hearts for me. I'm trying to, that's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to figure out where this information came from, and, find out if it's legit. But I need the post first. I need to find out who made that post. I've got to do, we got to kind of go backwards. We got to find the person that posted it, find that person, go back. Reno has around 10 girls under 30 missing over the years. Must have a lot of sick people in the world. Yeah. But you also have to take that there's probably a portion of those that have gotten into wrecks and never found them. And B Betty fan is telling you guys, go out there and don't forget to like this segment and come back in here and let me know where you're from. In the meantime, we're just going to take a break from our conversations related about Kiely and Jolissa, and I want you guys to read this. I really did find it beneficial for me this morning and actually last night, and I'm sure it'll be beneficial for you as well. And it says, let people judge you. Let them misunderstand you. Let them gossip about you. What they think of you isn't your problem. Their opinions do not pay your bills. So you stay kind, committed to love, and no matter what they do or say, never doubt your worth or the beauty of your worth. You keep on shining and let the haters hate. That is the message from the Bullhorn Betty channel this morning to all my lovely creators out there that work very hard and just get pebbled with these haters. Shame on them. But, I pray for the haters because they are probably some of the most miserable people that you could possibly imagine. And not just miserable, but just sad. It's sad. For somebody to be that angry all the time, they really, really, really have to have a horrible life. And they're taking their anger out on other people so it makes them feel better. That's psychology, right? So we know if they're attacking Bullhorn Betty, they see something in me that they can't find in themselves. It's pretty simple. London, Australia. Nice to see you. Already starting out with people from across the world. I love it. I love it. Bob, thanks for being over here from Australia. Did you change your name? Is this Harsh Reality? I'm just curious. Me and Harsh kind of had a little public squabble. But I know Harsh used to come in here. But I blocked on his channel. And that's another thing. Like, seriously. So you don't like what a creator says? Instead of having the conversation with them, you want to go bash them and then block them? And you want to pat yourself on your back like you did something good? Okay. Whatever. Michigan, nice to see you. Ohio, Canada, Michigan. I know Guidance is Florida. Switzerland. Oh, I like it. There's certain places that are on a bucket list item. One's, for me is Ireland and Scotland. Like those I want to go to. I want to go to Ireland and Scotland. The other one's New Zealand. And I forgot about Switzerland, but I have always wanted to go to Switzerland ever since I was a little girl. I don't know where it came from. I think it's the hats. I don't know. But this is exactly what I needed to hear. Badass quote. I know, right? Right. Canada. We got Canada, Maine. Late to this channel. What are your thoughts on this? You know what? We are going to get into that. It's very interesting that you brought that up. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to keep your comment up for a second. Let's double back to that in just a second. So Harsh is from the UK. I thought Harsh was from Australia. Are you sure he's from the UK? Maybe he's from the UK. I thought he was from Australia. I talked to somebody from Australia because they were telling me about the whack gun laws there, and I was on their panel. I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was from TikTok when I was watching all South Africa. Nice to see you. Summer Wednesdays. Nice to see you. It's fake. It's all fake. It's Monica States. UK. Good morning. I'm one day ahead of you. Gotcha. Canada, Perth, Australia. Nice to see you guys. Australia here. So we got a lot of people from the UK. Okay, he's from the UK. Okay. Well, I feel bad for you guys. Actually, I really don't have a problem with him. I just, I just prefer him not, him, when you have the ability, this is the problem I have. When you have the ability to pick up the phone, this is the problem I have even with Cam. And I have it with Harsh Reality. And of course, they are lockstep with each other, right? So he's getting some bad, and I hope he addresses it before he goes too far down. But Harsh Reality, he had the ability to reach out to people directly. Okay, this is the problem I have with him. You're running with a story. You know the person you're running with the story about. You don't even bother picking up the phone and saying, hey, I'm going to be running with this story. I did this and you can ask BK this. This is exactly what I did. Him and I were fighting. I said, look, I'm running with a story. I wanted your comments on it before I ran with it. I'm giving you the opportunity to say and of course it was FU. So I just said, okay, well, I'll run with the story anyways, whatever. But I gave him the opportunity to answer some questions. He chose not to answer some questions. Now, before you go and attack somebody, especially when you don't know the reasoning behind it, and it's somebody that you are friends with or work with or associate on with a group chat, maybe one of the largest chat groups related to Summer Wells, you would think instead of running a story that, is it accurate or true, it was just for your clicks and views at the expense of a person that I highly respect and admire. Yeah, you're probably going to get my attention, because you should have had the integrity to reach out to that person to find out the reason for why they did what they did, instead of assuming, especially when you had direct access to that person. That's integrity. You chose to run with a story without and you had the ability to get all the facts together before you ran with the story. You specifically chose not to, and chose to drive a negative and false narrative. And I have a problem with that. And then you want to attack me for calling you out. Okay, whatever. So getting to this thing, I know it's on, it's part of this, it's part of the discussion. I'm curious. Oh, House of Williams. Hey, babe. I hope you're doing well. Listen! Let me tell you about yourself. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, we're just talking about the Jolissa stuff. We're actually going to get into the whole, I wasn't going to touch the church thing. I'm a small thing. I don't want no problems with church. I don't want no problems with ICML. I don't really care about anybody else, because they're creators that I respect in this whole thing. I've watched everything unfold. Is there something there? I do think that there's something there, but here's what. I think it's misplaced. Here's why. I've been watching ICML. I'm not going to get it. People have their own opinions. Church, if you have your own opinion, roll with it. I don't care. I'm giving you mine. I think what happened was, I do believe that there was some colluding for the story that went on ICML. However, with that being said, I don't think ICML knew. I could be wrong. I really could. I think church picked up on it, but I think he misplaced the blame. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I watched ICML. I don't know him personally, but I trust guidance. Guidance in life with TLC, as many of you guys know, I speak to regularly. I know who she is. We've hung out. We are friends. I know her on a personal level. I've seen her, touched her, and felt her. You know what I'm saying? So I know who she is. So just like Justice for All, I know who he is. So when he told me that Jose Raymond was gone, I believed him. Why? Didn't doubt him. Why? Because I knew who he was. I knew him personally. I had worked with him. So, this is not like somebody like Harsh Reality, where I only see on the TV, right? And I don't know who he is as a person. The way he acted makes me realize, I probably won't, respect him or work with him ever. We may talk about cases in the future and stuff, but that I will never trust him. He would never. I don't trust him. I don't trust him short of him apologizing to JLR. Seriously. When he becomes a big boy where he can admit his wrong and go and apologize to JLR and make it a public apology, then maybe I may change my mind about him. But until short of doing that, I got nothing for him. I believe justice for all too. Yeah. So but that's the point I was trying to make. So, and I've got guidance in these chat rooms, physically, invisibly getting upset because of the stuff that's they're saying about ICML, and she knows ICML personally. She knows him personally. So if she knows him personally and trusts him, and I know her personally and I trust her, then I trust Iqmel. So in a until he does something that makes me say no. But I've been watching him off and on. Am I Iqmel like diehard support? No, I'm not. Occasionally I'll see him have a topic that I'm discussing, and I'll listen to what his thoughts are. I'll listen to what maybe he may have some actual tangible evidence of some sort that I may want to review or look at his breakdown of it, something like that. But I don't know him personally. I've never been on his panel. I've never had a conversation with him. I've never spoken with him. I don't know who he is. Okay. So I believe what had happened is I think there was coordination and collusion, but I think Iqmel was out of it. I think that they took that collusion to propel their channels and themselves in this case. And I think that they used Iqmel's channel to do so. And I think Ryan picked up on the collusion, but thought that Iqmel was associated with it. And I really don't believe that he is. But again, I have heard, I know, I've seen it with my own damn eyes that creators do, but they're smaller creators that are trying to get the attention to become a big creator, where they do have these clickbait type of things. I try to stay away from clickbait titles, but every now and again I will do a clickbait title. It's part, it's marketing. Let's be honest, it's marketing. This is a business. A business needs to be marketed, and it's all about getting people to look at that video, to especially with these cases. Okay, so what? But I've seen it, and with my own eyes, that people actually go out of their way to drive a narrative, so much so that they concoct information that isn't true or readily available to other people. So it appears that they have the breaking news, but it's not until later that we realize they're so full of that it's not even funny. But by that time, the damage is already done. You've already given them thousands of dollars in revenue because you're hooked on this channel that's telling you and shoveling lies down your throat. So I'm not getting into that. So could Iqmel have done that? I mean, yeah, of course he could have, but did he? That's the question. And so I reach out to the people that know somebody to get a read, like, who are they as a person? And if somebody is coming up to bat that I trust and love, like Guidance in Life with TLC, coming up to bat for Iqmel, I have to give him the benefit of the doubt. I have to give him the benefit of the doubt that he didn't know anything. But I find it awfully odd because Church, in all respects, he's, people thought he was crazy. I don't think he's crazy either. I don't. I think he's smarter than people give him credit for. And I think he uncovered a lot. And I think he uncovered the collusion between Xana May and that Red Flag Ronnie. I do believe it was a colluded effort between them. And then to see a photo of the spokesperson for the sheriff's office being friends with Xana May, it makes me wonder, what's really going on. Maybe she got information, maybe her friend leaked her information. Maybe she was out there trying to get the reward money. Maybe this is all about money. Rhonda, was it you? I know it was a Rhonda. I can't remember which Rhonda it was that was. I need the photo of that sheriff's. Oh, let me look at Fresno County. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. I got a little lost track of time because I figured the Fresno County sheriff, it would be on their website if the car was found. And I don't even see anything on their website at all about Jolissa, to be honest with you. Fresno County Sheriff's Office, I don't even see a missing person on their Facebook page. Oh, here it is. So the only post that I see on Fresno County Sheriff's Office Facebook page was from August 17th. That was the last posting that I can find related to Jolissa Fuentes. I love Ryan as well, but he could have handled the whole Zanny thing a little better. You know what? And I talk to people. I got to be honest with you. Church, here's my rundown. Okay, I'm a country lady. Okay, I get, you got country, and let me tell you something. I know you're a mama's boy, and you take care of your mama. If you ever talk to me like you talk to Xana May, I'm sorry. He definitely could have handled himself better. But you know what? No matter how much you dislike somebody or you think they're lying slap to your face, a man speaking to another woman that way, dude, not cool. Not cool at all. And we can mean what we say. We can say what we mean, but we don't have to say it mean unless you're intentionally doing that. And I don't think church intentionally did that. I think he got caught up in his emotions. He was very passionate, and he let his emotions drive that conversation. And human beings, we as humans do that. We sometimes allow our emotions to control our common sense. And I think that that's what happened there. Do I think what he was saying was completely inaccurate? No, but, and I know he cusses and stuff like that, but when you're having a disagreement, especially with a female, you want to call a guy a dick, that's fine, but when you start assaulting verbally women, it gives people a nasty taste in their mouth. Church, I know you know this because apparently you're a mama's boy. And you would never let anybody hurt your mom or talk negatively or bad to your mom. Of all people, not your mom, right? Well, you got to consider that older adults have children too. And those children don't want to hear their mom being talked to like that. Me as a female that is agreeing with a lot of what you're saying does not agree with you speaking to women in that way. Okay. I'm sorry. There's just something about it. Now, I am all for you. If you want to talk to a woman like that, you have one of your female mods go in there and tell her about herself, right? But for a man to do it, I don't know. It's a bad taste. If she was coming out and attacking church and church wanted to say something about it, I can kind of understand, like, she kind of put herself in that situation, even colluding and stuff like that's not good, but we can expose that without being nasty. And we can do that, without looking like a complete douchebag toward women. You know what I'm saying? Not that church is a douchebag toward women, but, the appearance was not well taken. It just wasn't well taken. Church just came out. The whole thing, like you stated, 10 lines at once. That's the problem. He's not very good at calm and rationale. Some people, especially, and it took me a long time. That's the way I was when I was younger. I saw something, I knew I was right about it, and I would literally fall on that sword to prove it. And, over time, I find that sometimes taking a different approach, people will learn all by themselves. Like I said, he was calling her out for whatever she was doing. I feel bad that, and this is the problem I think made Ickmill or in church's mind. Now I'm speculating here. I'm assuming. I have no factual information. I do not talk to church. I do not talk to Ickmill, as I stated before. So, but with Ryan, I've been there where we get so passionate about a subject that we just go overboard with no rationale. But we can argue and have open debate with people about a subject matter without calling people names. I think that's just, at this point, we're all adults here. Leave the name calling to the children. Do we think somebody's an asshole or a jerk or something like that? Yes, but definitely not a proponent of doxing. Ryan was cool. He kind of blew everything up and even talked bad about you. I don't care who talks. Are you kidding me? Pick a number. Stand in line. Even House of Williams has made parodies about me. So what? I'm talking about Ryan Church right now. So Right? Somebody could go over there and say, Bullhorn Betty was talking bad about you. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. He's a big boy. He can handle it. I emailed a link to Betty. Okay, hold on. Let me just look and see what we got here. Okay, let's see what this is. Is this her car? Let's see here. 44 minutes to find. Okay, I'm part of Find Jolissa Fuentes group, and it looks like it was posted in there. Guys, give me just a second. Let me get this stuff. It's just my concern with this is here we go. My concern with this is that, you know, I want to make sure that this stuff is accurate. And I'm still not seeing that post on here for some reason. Find Jolissa Fuentes, and this is from Guadalupe. Let me look for Guadalupe. Maybe that'll be the easiest way. Sorry, guys. I can't find this. Yeah, I'm not finding it. I'm not finding it for some reason. 44 minutes ago. Let's see if we got anything pinned to the top here. I would think that that would be immediately pinned. Let me look at the photo here. Okay, hold on. Like, you know, you put the link in here. Why am I? There it is. Is this her car? I just seen this post. Let me pull this up so everybody can see what I'm looking at here. So on the there's a Facebook group in here. I wonder if mine, which is ran by Lively, and I don't think she's allowing other creators to really post a whole lot in here. We'll see. 7,000 members, and she's using it for it. But anyways, I'll leave that be for right now. So here's where they were talking about it right here. This is the post. This came in. It looks like it's from the same group. But there is a car, but I can't make it out. That almost looks like a. Let's download this and maybe make it bigger. There we go. Let's see if we can make this bigger. See if we can blow this up at all. Hold on a second. For the love of God. I'm starting to get so frustrated with this. Sometimes I can't. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Okay. Let's see. Blow this up. Wish it would. I don't know how to use this whole thing. What does this whole thing do? I don't get it. I don't know if that's. I don't know if that looks like almost a BM or a Mercedes Benz. The tires, the lights. I'm looking at it, and that looks more like a Mercedes Benz as opposed to a Hyundai. Hold on a second. And that's 4 doors. Was her car 4 doors? Hold on, let me look. Let's look at see if her car was 4 doors. Sorry guys, I'm like getting to the point where I'm starting to hate this MacBook Pro because every time I try to move stuff, it's never just easy. You can't just, and just like just now, I just lost that whole entire video. It just went somewhere. It went poof, gone. It's irritating. You're trying to run a show, you don't have time for all this nonsense, and it's gone. It just disappeared. Jesus. Give me a second. Somebody needs to show me how to work a MacBook Pro because I'm telling you, I'm like ready to go postal on this damn thing today. Let me see if I can find the part where she's out at her car. I don't know. It does kind of look like it, guys. I think I'm wrong. Look at the wheels. Look at the lights. Now, where's that other one? Let me see if I can pull the other one up. Wish there's a way I could. Let me see if I can make these smaller. I don't know, guys. This. Well, let's do this. Let's count these here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think that's, I mean, it does look very, very similar, but this looks like a Mercedes-Benz. It really does. I don't know what your thoughts are. Let me get, sorry, I haven't been paying attention to chat. Let me see what. That looks like a Mercedes. Am I wrong about that? Well, it's even worse if he's on somebody's panel doing that and nobody boots him off the panel. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I agree. That's okay. He has a little sister, but he has been nasty and talks nasty about 10 different YouTubers, including Bullhorn Betty. So what? I'm not worried about what Ryan, and I've never heard Ryan Upchurch say a damn thing about me. So I'd like to see those before I make my determination, but hold on. Hold on. Somebody's giving me something. Okay, misspelling. So what do you mean? I have looked everywhere. Hey, not car. What do you mean by that? You misspelled. I don't know what you mean by that. Can you hold on, guys? Let me just. All right, guys. Well, listen, I'm going to have to cut this short today because I am really very irritable for whatever reason. I really am. And I'm just, I don't know, having a time today. And when my computer is starting to fight with me and I can't get my phone to work, I think it's probably. Let me find out what she's trying to say. And no, I don't think it's nasty. What I think, and I'm curious about. Well, because I need to know what your text means. So it's not her car. Okay, thank you. All right, bye. All right, that's just what I need to know. So just based on this, again, I haven't looked at this car. We looked at it all together. The first thing I stated when I looked at this car is it looks like a Mercedes-Benz. The body style's the same. This car appears to be a lot longer than her car. And I checked the wheels. I counted the wheels. We have one. We'll start at the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 spokes on the tire. So let's go over to the video. And so we're going to count this starting with the top one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this has 6. The other one has 7. It is definitely not her car. So just for those that are reading about this, they have not found Jolissa's car. That car that's in that photo is definitely not her vehicle. Definitely not her vehicle. So we are still on the search for Jolissa Fuentes. Okay, she's not been found. I thought it was odd that everybody was talking about this car, but the people out there, nobody's saying a word. Just doesn't bode well for me. So we definitely want to make sure that we're providing information. Guys, they have not found her car. In my opinion, if that's the car that they think that's hers, it's not. That looks like a Mercedes-Benz. It looks like an older body style of a Mercedes-Benz. The spokes, the tires, the way the lights are in the front of it all are like a Mercedes-Benz as opposed to a Hyundai accent. A Hyundai Accent is, a decent car, but it is by far one of the cheapest cars on the market. So, oh, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. We do appreciate all the people love and support for this channel. Why did Swami say her and Kiely were drinking out of the same cup to cover if she was drugged, but not Sammy? Why mention it at all? I looked at that. I didn't like. We don't know when she was asking those questions and she was answering those questions. We weren't hearing what was being asked of her. We were getting clips of her statements. That was, if I'm not correct, was that on American Dream Chaser, or was that when she talked to the media, the mainstream media out there, the news reporters and stuff like that? Listen, Tiffany, I don't know what to say. What do you want me to do? Hate the man? He commentates. I mean, I guess people feel that if somebody says something, let me just clear this up for you. I have no problem with people. I'm a big girl. I have no problem with people saying stuff. Okay. I have no problem. People said stuff about me for a very long time. I mean, politically, being on here, all of it. I have gone through hell and back. It really doesn't bother. I don't mind people having commentary to say about me. 100% of people are not going to 100% like Bullhorn Betty. Okay. I'm very controversial. I do whatever the hell I want to do. I don't apologize very often. I live my life with no regrets. And, I live my life for me, not for somebody else. But it's not about somebody talking about me. Anybody can talk about it. It's the nonstop harassment, the cyber stalking, the other illegal bull crap that comes on YouTube that I have a problem with. It's turning your platform into a hate machine to incite a base to come and attack a creator. That is illegal in the court of law. You can be held civilly and financially responsible for that kind of conduct in the court of law. So, that's the kind of conduct that I have a problem with. Somebody exercising their First Amendment right to the Constitution and saying, hey, I don't like Bullhorn Betty and here's why. I've got no problem with. It's the nonstop harassment, the crap that BT does to people that's illegal as hell that I have a problem with. That's the kind of stuff I have. What Ryan does, he could say, he could have said that just like Xana May, that I have man tits, for all I care. I don't care. Still a funny guy. I gotta be honest with you. I cracked my ass up listening to that. I was dying laughing. You guys couldn't even hear me. I was literally rolling on the floor, rolling around, laughing so hard I could cry. I also noticed a lot of LGBT slurs being put in the sidelines with the guy as well, somehow not being called to the carpet. Yeah. I think you're talking about church. Yeah. I heard some very colorful language myself, House of Williams. Believe me. I did hear that. But you know who had the worst mouth that I just want to sew their freaking lips shut is that Con PI. That Con PI is a racist and a homophobe. Without a doubt, a racist and a homophobe, and he does not like women. I think that man is a latent homosexual. He has so much, and you know what? You know me. I have no problem with it. Of all people, I have no problem with it. But he hates women. He hates Black people. He hates gay people. And he loves himself. Okay. He called me a moron and told me that I wanted him. Are you freaking kidding me? Baby, I've had a hell of a lot better than that. If you think you're that special, maybe that's the reason why you've been single for so long. It's so easy to criticize other people. But when you have to actually look at yourself and realize that you ain't got shit, you ain't got no money, you ain't got no life, you have to be your own marketer to pat yourself on the back and poof yourself up. And I'm pretty sure you have a small truck. Just saying. Those are the things that don't win the heart of Bullhorn Betty. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of a attractive girl. I don't think you got what it takes. Oh my God. Good morning. Good morning, my friends. Justice, you're in here. You're in here. I love you, Justice. I just went through that picture of the car that they thought was Jolissa's. It looks like a Mercedes-Benz. It looks like obviously a damaged Mercedes-Benz, but Mercedes-Benz nonetheless. And I didn't think it was the car. I heard that you were speaking with the family or something to that effect. And if so, can you confirm whether or not that was her car? I think he got caught up in his emotions and truly believes he found what he found was true. Listen, Church did find some stuff. Let's be honest. He did find some stuff. He found some stuff that makes me question stuff. And however, the only issue that I have here is I don't think Mel was involved with it. Now, could Mel be involved? I don't know. I personally don't know, but I trust guidance. Like I said, I trust guidance. Guidance has vouched for ICML. So I trust guidance. And if guidance is going to put her neck on the chopping block for ICML, I have to believe that, yes, there may have been some collusion, but I don't think he was involved with the collusion because Ryan Upchurch he's producing some evidence here, folks. Let's not, he's not nuts. The man's not nuts. Justice for all. I subscribed yesterday. Nice. Morning, my loves. Max, morning. No roof rack. Is there a roof rack? I don't think there's a roof rack on her car. You said I fell asleep 5 in and just woke up. Man, I tell you what, Justice, we are on some really effed up schedule. I have never in my life, you know what, I always come here and, I love the mornings and I realize why everybody loves me in the mornings. When I get up in the mornings and I look at you go log on your phone, you check your analytics for the night before, all the stuff you do. And then you go over to YouTube and I don't know why they don't have it on a desktop, but on the maybe they do have it on the desktop, but on the app, it has, the little things and you can click lives. And I'm looking at lives in the morning and you know what I'm watching? I'm watching rain. I'm watching NASA. I'm watching water flowing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this would put me to sleep. So now I realize why people, when at 8 o'clock in the morning, if they don't hear from Bullhorn Betty, they're going crazy because they're not wanting to watch water coming off of a roof. They're not wanting to watch NASA, right? They want to hear a song called It's Gonna Be a Good Day. That's what they want. That's what the people want on YouTube. They want Bullhorn Betty. I'm just joking. Bullhorn Betty, read Justice comment. I thought I did. Mother said, not the car. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so Mom said it wasn't the car. I didn't think it was the car. As soon as I looked at it, I thought it was, but then I went back to her car in the video and I'm like, wait a minute, it kind of looks like that. But I just counted the spokes and it's like the spokes, there's one more spoke on the car that they found than Jolissa's car. But damn, I wish it was. I wish they could find something. At least if they found the car and she was not in it, they would definitely know it's most likely foul play. But she is already at a criminal investigation. Did someone Photoshop that? Oh, of course they could have Photoshopped that. That's why I want to know who it is so I can see where it comes. Because when we get a photo with somebody's name on it, that's just the beginning. That literally is just the beginning, right? Because we've gotta authenticate what we get, and that authentication process could take time. Justice knows about it. We say something, we say, we can't confirm this, but then it goes, when we get more information in and it's corroborated and we can validate it, then we come out as fact. And, people are coming out as fact. That's a BMW, I believe. Maybe a BMW. It looked, the headlights on it looked Mercedes. I never seen that. Mercedes headlights and BMW headlights are totally different, in my opinion. Laugh out loud when people think they got to have all the cool toys, right? I know. Hey, I think I should have all the cool toys. I have to be honest with you, Mallory. I think I should be the one with all the cool toys. Why hasn't the Lord blessed me with all the cool toys? Why has the Lord not blessed me with a statue of myself out in my front yard? I don't know. I can't answer these things. I just don't know. I want a statue of myself somewhere. Okay, guys, we're going to have to push for that. I'm that vain and I'm that, okay. I heard Brian say I've never heard, that's why I said I think it's a troll in here just trying to ruffle feathers. God knows why they do that, but I don't play into the game. I don't play into the game. I watched again Ryan Upchurch as well as Ickmill. I've never heard either one of them say anything bad about me. I mean, hell, even Dolly, it's like I'm my BFF. Even Dolly has not been, has had some things to say about Bullhorn Betty and some of the work I've done. So what? That's their opinion. Never affected anything I've done so far. I know. You ain't lying about that, man. You ain't lying about that. And it's frustrating because, it's just like you're already, I don't get it. Sometimes things just work really, really well. And it's like, it's all the little BS crap. Like you're trying to work. But as soon as I came in here and thought it was Monday and realized it was Sunday, I should have just said, hey guys, have a great day. I'm going back to bed, right? No, I decided to push on. I forged ahead. We forged ahead in this segment. And, they did work. It did work all of its nonsense out. But I did want to show you guys a few things that I have not yet had an opportunity to show you. Let's get it up. So I wanted to just show you guys some things. One was this whole judgment thing. I really loved that. I thought that was beautiful. It just letting people, for those that are just coming in, because we got 300 people in here right now, don't forget to like this segment. Please go out if you have not already. This goes right to everybody. I think anybody and everybody needs to hear this. Let people judge you. What? What do you mean let them judge me? I don't want people judging me. Yeah, we're going to let them judge us. Let them misunderstand you. Let them gossip about you. What they think of you isn't your problem. Their opinions do not pay your bills. So stay kind, committed to love, and no matter what they do or say, never doubt your worth or your beauty of your worth. Keep shining and let the haters hate. I love that. I'm going to probably start posting that up to remind everybody briefly every morning that you are amazing. Divers continue searching for the Selma woman, and this came out on the 26th, which was Friday, so it's kind of a little bit of a later, what's that? Oh, okay. A little bit of a later news thing because I keep these pages up as I go through, but this is the really the one I wanted you guys to see right here. Okay, so that is, look how small they are in that big old lake. So they must have found something, some places to search that particular lake, to search that particular lake and find some locations, because in the grand scheme of things, it is my understanding they don't have to search the entire lake. They just have to search any places on that lake that a car could go in, which when you have a huge body of water, that can be just a task to find out all the locations that a car could enter a body of water. But it also limits, they don't have to search the whole lake. They only have to search those certain spots of the lake to see if anything is there. But God bless Adventures with Purpose. I just want to give a huge thank you, a huge shout out from the Bullhorn Betty channel to Adventures with Purpose, because they are doing amazing work out there, and God bless them, and God bless their crafts and gifts and skills to be able to do this type of thing. We will never understand the mental emotion of these men, okay, guys, because they see some of the most ugly. Do you think it was easy for that dive team to go down there and find Kiely's vehicle or confirm what was inside? Can you imagine that, just that graphic scene, how that weighs on somebody? So, I really do respect their craft and what they personally have to go through in everyday life, just trying to get some of that out of their head. And I hope they realize what they're doing is really helping people, normal people that had some of the most horrific things happen to them. And whether it was an accident or intentional, they're there to help with these water searches. And, there's nothing that can be said other than thank you, because we could never give Adventures with Purpose what they deserve. We could never thank them enough for everything that they've given to these families. And it's definitely a labor of love. Avatar, it is a Hyundai Accent and it's silver/gray Hyundai Accent. The media was edited. Kiely strapped in. Was Kiely strapped? I don't believe she was. I think people's imagination, this whole Kiely Rodni case, people's imaginations just went wild. They literally just went wild. And then coming to find out that she was right there where everybody thought she was, we didn't know where, we just knew that she was most likely there somewhere. And they just needed to find her. They found her. And everybody thinks it's everybody else. I just don't. I think it was a young girl that made a poor decision, and this is what happened. There is a accident, a fatal accident collision investigation happening right now. And if anybody knows anything about a fatal collision investigation, they reenact the entire accident. They have to reenact exactly how it happened. That's what they do. Like when we have huge wrecks, we've all had to stay in our cars, in that parking lot on interstate or expressway because there was a fatality on the interstate or expressway, and we all had to stay there for hours and hours on end for them to conduct their investigation. Measure, photograph, everything. So they have to reenact that entire scene and how it happened in order to find out who was responsible. Don't we think it's funny how they always can tell you that it was this truck that changed lanes and caused auto A to spin out of control, which hit automobile B, which slammed on his brakes and cut left and got clipped by automobile C. We wonder how they piece that stuff together. It's because the fatality investigation is some of the best work. I mean, they're able to really hone in on what happened with the evidence at the scene as to who's responsible for the accident and what happened, in addition to eyewitness testimony. First of all, church is not saying anything bad about you. Second, all that's a Mercedes in that picture. Yeah. No, Junior Nestor, I never heard church say anything negative about me. I don't even think he even acknowledges I exist on YouTube, right? Let alone saying anything bad about me. But hey, even if he did, so what? I mean, a lot of people have said, I think even White Rabbit, my sister from another mister, at some point probably wasn't Bullhorn Betty's biggest fan, right? So what? I'm a big girl. I can take it. Hold true and fast and respect. Yeah, thank you. Are there any better images of her actual car? That's a great question. All the photos that I have were off of social media sites and everything, and they were taken with such a low quality. It's not that they're bad images. It's just when they're blown up as large as I have to blow them up for these videos, it causes the image quality to be degraded. And I haven't been able to fix that. And I think it's because the majority of these photos were taken on probably a cheaper model phone. A lot of us have iPhones. I've got like the Galaxy Note, whatever, something plus. And so I really do believe that different phones have different quality of images, but these images that I was able to get were, once they blew up to the size that I needed them, that they were just blurry. So I get it. Sounds like what the mainstream media has done, fermenting hate through their propaganda. Yeah, it's a shame. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I want to know the truth. Is one-sided? Are there untruths on one side or two? Yeah, I know. We don't know. But again, like I said, they still haven't found her. They've had her phone ping. I'm curious. I wish they would release where her phone pinged from. I really wish that they would say this is the coordinated area that her phone was at. So at least if her family wants to go out there, they can at least go out there and search for a cell phone, right? Because somebody could have chucked that phone out the window. And if that's the case, that leads us to a different conclusion than, possibly her driving off the freaking cliff or driving into a body of water, right? There could be more nefarious stuff. But we have to be thankful that the family is pushing forward, that, Adventures with Purpose got involved in this case, because I have a funny feeling if it wasn't for Adventures with Purpose, this case would be another Paola Miranda case, where the family is just stuck to dealing with everything themselves, no help from law enforcement. They gave them their 48 hours. They're done. Move on to the next one, right? Because of Adventures with Purpose, this case is getting more attention than any other case that they would be dealing with right now. But for example, right now, Jolissa would not be being searched for, would not have the pressure of social media in the world breathing down the neck of Fresno County Police Department. Fresno County Police Department had to come out in a press conference to address the parents that feel that they're being failed by the law enforcement agency because they're failing to communicate with them. We are very thankful that law enforcement has escalated this missing person case up to a criminal investigation. That was a smart strategy. It opens up more resources, and it has a whole set of separate protocols that must take place in a criminal investigation that's not taking place in a missing persons investigation. So we're very thankful that they went ahead and moved this up. They did not have to move this up to a criminal investigation this soon. We have Paola Miranda that has been that has disappeared for almost 8 months, and it's still not to a criminal investigation yet. Still not to a criminal investigation. They cannot prove she was eaten by an alligator or even bothered by an alligator. But the stuff around her car with the sandy slippers, the towel, the food, the wallet, the keys, the money, all the stuff in her car, and the car was unlocked, really gives you an idea that something really may have happened out there at that car, that this woman may truly have been abducted. And this family has been suffering and begging for help from law enforcement over in Osceola County, getting squat from them. We're having to sit there and try to, get the law enforcement moving in that case. And that case still isn't in a criminal investigation. And it's been almost 8 months. So we're thankful for that, but still, they need more. They need more. And this is a good, people, if you guys know me, you guys know my political leanings. I'm not going to get into them here, but this goes against kind of what I still think we need to start having our government, especially our federal government, assisting in getting cell towers, appropriate towers across this country, especially in these desolated areas. Because you know what? People disappear in these desolated areas, and the only thing that can really help us and guide us it's the internet. Because the more internet you have, the more CCTV footage you have, the more other things that people can have on their businesses, on their homes, because they have better quality internet. Now, I don't know if that's an issue out here, but I'm telling you, like in Moab, Utah, it was horrible. They need towers. Rogersville, Tennessee, they need towers. We would have probably been able to have this whole entire Summer Wells case solved if they had better internet out there. And it's just that simple. So people's lives we are dependent upon the internet. We are dependent upon us being able to drive down the road and still be able to use our phones. We are dependent upon that. In some areas, they are lacking, whether it's funding, whether it's, taxes. I don't care what it is. The federal government needs to help out. If you want to be Big Brother and you want to track our whereabouts in desolate areas too, please, by all means. Since you like following us everywhere we go, please make it possible in these desolate areas where people disappear. Just saying. I'm just saying. Biden, if you hear me, Let's, instead of funding, Pakistan, let's start funding some internet around this country so we can start finding some of our lost people out here in our own country. Just saying. I thought they were doing that. I thought they were rolling something like that out. That was my understanding, that I'm pretty sure Kamala had said something to the effect of them rolling out initiatives for these desolate places to have better internet come to them. I thought there was federal grants for stuff like that. Why aren't these federal grants being utilized, and what's taking so long getting these towers up? Just saying. Ryan hired a PI to help him. I believe he was truly only trying. Oh, listen, guys, I believe 100% Ryan Upchurch. I don't think Ryan, when he started covering the Summer Wells case, he was attacked horribly. And he actually, that was one of the first times that I watched him. And I actually posted on his page, and I'm like, that the hate is horrible. Just keep doing you, keep your head up, and just keeping the light on Summer Wells. Don't let them deter you. It was something like that, to that effect. And I couldn't believe that somebody like Ryan Upchurch, that had almost 3 million people, were being attacked by these peons, these little small channels that had under 500 people on them, are telling somebody to 3 million people to go F himself and how stupid he is for trying to help a missing 5-year-old baby girl out of Rogersville, Tennessee. I think people on YouTube have sick, twisted minds. And many of them know who I'm talking about, because they're the ones that are so disgustingly obsessed that they'd rather cry on somebody's channel than realize they got a major, significant mental problem and they need help. Just saying. So so anytime I have a problem, it's all Dolly's fault, huh? So that just needs to be our new it's Dolly. Dolly, it's all your fault. All your fault. Hey, I can't help it, right? The ones that want to sit there and, I mean, who says that to somebody? Are you freaking kidding me? That dude talking about overweight white women? Dude, you need a Bubba. You need a Bubba to go remove that stick right up your booty. I'm talking to the con man PI. Go find yourself a Bubba. Get your attitude adjusted. Maybe you'll feel better. I keep thinking of House of Williams. I hope I didn't offend you or make you blush. I love you. Oh, gosh. I look forward to seeing you in the morning. Oh, thank you. Except when I'm talking about Bubba. You know what I used to believe it or not, I dated a guy by the name of Bubba. I sure did. Worst relationship I ever got into. One of them. But I dated it. You know what? There was a time in my life that I was a magnet for BS. Like I literally found the worst of the worst people. Didn't realize they were the worst of the worst people, but for whatever reason, it's like, hey, if I want love in my life, I always seem to pick like the worst of the worst people. Now I feel like I'm doing better. I still pick some, I meet some people that are just total losers, just total losers. Like one where I go on I was asked out on a date. I go on a date. Like, don't take Bullhorn Betty out on a date and use a flipping coupon. Like if you can't afford to take me out to a nice restaurant without a coupon, don't take me out. Right? That story happened. That story happened when I was, I want to say, I was old enough to drink. So I had to have been in my 20s, definitely not old enough to be in my 30s. So I'm thinking I was like 21 or 21, 23 years old. And this guy, which was an attorney, by the way, he was an attorney. And I met him at a club and he wanted to go out on a date. And I was kind of hesitant, and I'm like, okay, well, let's go on. Okay, I'll go out on a date with you. So we go to this restaurant and he's like, oh, you might want to try this and you might want to try that. And it's like, I'm happy with the suggestions. I'd never been to this restaurant. And so we were there and we had a lovely time. I had a glass of wine or two, I was enjoying myself. It was not it's a first date. Okay. I may be 20 something, but a first date is still a first date. Okay. Let's be honest. So, he drives me. We had a nice time. He drives me back to the house and, he leans over and gives me a kiss. And so I reciprocate the kiss and, was thanking him for the good night. And he's just kind of looking there like, are you going to invite me in? And it's like, he's like, I'd like to get some coffee. And I'm like, oh, great. Coffee shop's right around the corner. Have a great night. Have a great night. True experiences matter, right? Yeah. Somebody like that con PI, I would literally not mess with a 10-foot pole. Like he is so adamant that he is this best looking guy. Dude, have you heard yourself talk? Any woman, she's got to be a complete idiot to ever date a man that talks to women like that. Any woman that dates this man that wants to complain after they date him, I don't want to hear your BS because you knew better before you got into it. That man there is the ugliest man I have ever seen in my life. Pee Wee Herman looks better than that man. So con PI, you're no better than Pee Wee Herman. That's not a compliment, dude. I'll be a moron. But you below Pee Wee Herman. Just saying. I gotta read this. So I went on a date. We went to eat a Mexican restaurant and then to see Hunger Games. I was not feeling well, and he knew that. I fell asleep before the movie started. He left me there stranded. What? Oh my God. Oh no, not Pee Wee. Bubba Shrimp. He is a Bubba Shrimp. Aw, that's sweet. Guys, we need to get up to 250. I'm sorry, the Pee Wee Herman should have put me over 250 in the like department. I'm sorry. But the con man can still continue to be a con man. Don't forget he's the PI from Mississippi that he never, works in. He doesn't live in Mississippi. He doesn't own a resident in Mississippi. He's never in Mississippi. And you're required to be inside Mississippi to call yourself a Mississippi PI. But hey, con men PIs don't care about things like what state they're in when they're conducting. They don't mind breaking the law and calling themselves a PI, whether sitting in Florida or sitting in Pennsylvania or sitting in Ohio. No, you're not an Ohio PI. You're not a Pennsylvania PI. You're not a Florida PI. You could never pass the test to become a licensed PI because of your past. But go ahead and tell me I'm a moron. At least I ain't lying to people trying to say I'm a PI. Listen to this. This con PI was on one of these channels, and I actually have it saved. I need to look at it, and I'm going to show you guys. When I got some downtime, I'm going to show you guys. And he's on there talking about, this is what he said. And then he said this before he went to the other one. So I'll tell you what he said before. He's like, yeah, how I can become, I went to school and everything. And I realized I had an intern for 2 years in Florida. I didn't want to do that. And there's more than just interning in Florida. You have to take ethics. You have to know the law so you don't violate the law, the things that you don't know anything about. That's what being a licensed PI. It's the continuing education you're required to have that license. This man is too lazy to do. And that's why he is not a professional person and somebody that I would not hire for PI. I wouldn't even hire him for dog catcher. I would not hire this man for dog catcher, let alone a ball catcher. It depends on the analogy that you're using for the ball catcher, I guess, right? Depends on what analogy you use for that. Am I making Justice blush yet? I love you, man. But I didn't mean for it to come out like that, but I didn't mean to, But after I said it, I realized that it probably does go with him. I don't know. cry over here. You're freaking making me cry. But anyways, you know, we'll let you catch balls, just not footballs. On another topic, no. But you know, so he's out here and he's trying to say he's this PI, but he's never in the state of Mississippi. You can't be a PI. The only place he's allowed to be a PI is inside, like the Mississippi state. He's allowed to call himself a PI while he's standing inside that state. The minute he goes over to, say, Alabama or Louisiana or Georgia, guess what? He's no longer a PI, guys. He can't. He can't be a PI because if he is, he's breaking the law. He's only allowed to be a PI in one little itty-bitty state, and it's called Mississippi. So if he's not residing in that state of Mississippi, if he doesn't have a business inside of that state of Mississippi, if he doesn't have one toe inside of Mississippi, he's no longer a PI, guys. That's the con. That's the con. So next time you want to call this girl a moron, the girl that exposed you, trust me, I do not want you. I think you are a disgusting person. You are the ugliest person I have ever seen. And baby, I've had a lot of good-looking men in my life. Lots. I was 20 once, right? I dated a lot of guys. A lot of guys with money. I should have, if I was smart, I would have married Lewis Cohn from the Cohns. They're the ones that did all the roads here in Tampa and Manatee County way back when. The man was worth $30 million. Trust me. If I didn't marry him, I'm not a gold digger, nor do I need you. Okay? I may be broke, but I stand on my own self. He wanted to marry me. He actually wanted to buy my house for me. I had a mortgage on my first house on the other side of town. He wanted to pay that off. You know the reason why I wouldn't let him pay that off? Because I never wanted to be owned or owe, right? I don't want him owning me, and I don't want owing him. I walked away from a $30 million guy, dude. Like, you ain't got shit for me. You go take your balls and play with them somewhere else. And take your little Tonka truck with you. Anyways, we went way into left field today, guys. We went way into left field. So, Kiely Rodni's case, again, we're still working on trying to figure out what happened. It's still in the accident investigation phase. We're hearing some people, not law enforcement, talking about how they're hearing this and hearing that. And hearing, look, we're so close. There's no need to speculate on this case. There's just none. We're so close. We could be utilizing our time to advocate for people like Jolissa, to advocate for people like Annette Adams, to start talking about Oakley Carlson, to start talking about Harmony Montgomery. These are people that need Cody Bigsby. Like, for the love of God, this little boy is getting no flipping attention. The most attention he got was when his family decided to come out to talk about his father and not him. That's about as much attention as Cody Bigsby has gotten in a really long time. And it is so, so sad. Cody Bigsby needs our help. He really does. It's a missing little boy. He's African American. Is that the reason why he's not getting enough attention? I don't know. Like, I would really believe that people aren't like that. But the more and more that I am in here and in the true crime industry, I am finding a very apparent design. Like, for you to go to rise to the cream of the crop, you got to be blonde hair, blue eyes. It's not how this country should work. This is not how we should be advocating for people lost in this country or children that need help in this country. This is brought to us by our mainstream media. We are social media. We should rise above. We should be better than. We should be covering all these cases more so than what mainstream media is covering. And that I would like to start doing. And that's what we will start doing. Hey, Queen Nussie, nice to see you. Nice to see you, B. But I think, I think it's time. I keep seeing some people come in here that I know are other creators. And I think it's time, if you're a creator and you're watching this, that at some point, if we align a lot on these cases, whether our opinion about how they what happened and stuff like that, that's still speculative in nature, and we're entitled to that. Each of us are entitled to that, and it makes for great debate. For the love of God, if me and Justice were lockstep and barrel and said the same exact thing and parroted each other, who would want to watch us? Who would want to watch us both? Like, they'd have to pick one or the other. They wouldn't want to watch us both, because we have differing opinions, because we are able to properly debate, respectfully debate. Debate doesn't have to be a brawl. You can say, hey, yeah, I can kind of see your point, but here's what I think, right? But if we all had the same exact thoughts, we would be boring. You wouldn't be bouncing from, because if you came to Bullhorn Betty first thing in the morning, you wouldn't have to go watch Dolly Vision at night, because we'd all be saying the same exact thing. You've already got your news with me, right? It's not that. It's because we have our different of opinions, and we like to hear all of them. We'd like to hear all of them. We'd like to hear information on all of them, and we'd like to make a decision on what we feel as the audience we believe. So I think it's important that maybe at some point we have like a creator, either Discord or some kind of creator group that we can all advocate. Like if a new case comes up that's not getting enough attention, we can plug that person into this group, and those creators that say, hey, you know what, I really don't have a lot to talk about today. This case needs some attention. Let me go ahead and run with this case. Now we're bringing even more people in that wouldn't have been exposed to social media had it not been for the creator group. I just think there's something we need to do with that creator group. And many of you guys know I've been talking about the collab with a lot of creators that align with each other. Just because we align with each other does not mean that we agree 100% with each other. It just means that we have a mutual respect for each other. We're not into that other genre of the BS and garbage and spins and clicks and all that crap. I like my circle of people. My circle of people that I highly respect are people that I've met personally. They're people I trust. They're confidants. Like even right now, if I wanted to tell Justice for All a super, super big secret, I know I could pick up the phone and call him, tell him the super big secret, get in a fight with him. 10 months later, him still not say anything about the secret. Those are the types of people I hang out with. So we love you. We love you. Oh, criminal gossiper. I'm sorry, you just got here. I'm about to leave. I'm sorry. But we got the replay crew. What else? I don't know if there's really a whole lot of anything else going on right now. I really don't. Trying to think. Anybody else got anything? Everyone is out for themselves is the problem. Oh yeah, I absolutely. I wouldn't say everybody. I think that's painting with a broad brush. For me, I like to make money doing what I love to do. If I was not doing this, I wouldn't have the money to go out to these places. I wouldn't have the money to go out to these places. I wouldn't have the money to bring this content back to you, which brings me up to the next point. Oh, yo, main girl, what does it say? Have you or 2-year-old in Waterview, Maine missing? Have you heard? I think you said, have you heard about the 2-year-old in Waterville, Maine missing? No, I have not. Hold on. When did that happen? Because I'm looking, Waterville, not Waterview, Waterville. Is it the 2-year-old that disappeared January 2021? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I unfortunately don't know which case that is. I'm looking at Waterville, Maine, and there's several of them. Project X Theory, I haven't watched that yet. Guidance has been talking about the Project X Theory related to Kiely Rodni. Oh, is Ernie in the house? Nice to see you, Ernie. I didn't see you come in, but I wanted to say hey. Yeah, Waterville, Maine. Ella Reynolds. Hold on, let me see. Okay, I'm just putting that up right now. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't find it. I'll have to do some more research on that. I've got it pulled up, though. I got it pulled up. Father says kidnap. Mom says murder. Mom needs help. Do you know what? Can you do me a favor, Yo Main Girl? Can you send me a couple links to bullhornbetty@gmail.com if you have them readily available, and I will review them as soon as I'm off this live. I should be off this live here shortly. I'm winding down now. Let me just look through and see what else I've got up here that might have been interesting. We watched that. Okay, I went through public records requests for there too. I was going through all this. I studied so much on these two cases. Like I literally shut down the site here for 24 hours to get caught up on these two cases because I've never dealt with such a massive amount of information on two cases back to back. And it literally was that, two cases back to back, and one being a very huge case. And that very huge case was obviously Kiely Rodni, which brought us over to Jolissa Fuentes. So I'm in the process, guys. On my short videos that you do that's not live, if you find those beneficial, like the one, like I work very hard on Jolissa, the reenactment of Jolissa. If you guys find that to be beneficial, share that on your social media page, share that on your Twitter accounts, share that on your Facebook pages. If you're associated with missing person groups, please share that in the missing persons groups. It one benefits the case. It benefits more exposure to the victim. But two, it also helps build this channel and brings in revenue that this channel needs to grow. We're coming up on a year. You know, we're still looking at the same stuff. So we've got to start upgrading. You know, I'm working a lot, but we have to start. I've got stuff here. It's just, you know, a lot of this stuff is stuff that just needs to be hooked up and you know, monitored. But we also need things like green screens behind us as we start. We're going to start giving, as you notice, give this channel a new look and feel. We've already started a group. I had two people, but only one's been sitting in the thumbnails. So, but we do have two people that like them. And, you know, I like people being creative. I don't like telling them how to do stuff. You know, if they have an idea for things, to do it. If I like it, I use it. You know what I'm saying? But if you have some downtime and you want to be part of, you know, creating stuff like the thumbnails, or if what brings you joy is researching and doing that, I'm looking for researchers for these cases, because I don't just want mainstream cases. I don't want just all the Kiely Rodnis. I want other cases. I want the Paola Mirandas out there. You know, I want the cases where we can get some information and get this stuff out. If I can't go live about a specific case, I can certainly make a video that will expose that person and get their face across more people. We can do that. All of our cases don't need the intensive deep dive the Summer Wells or Gabby Petito got. Some of them just need to have their face plastered as far and wide as possible. So if you're interested in wanting to help with that, and you have some downtime, I don't want this taking away from your work. I don't want this becoming a job for you. I want this to be enjoyable. And when it doesn't become enjoyable for you anymore, then stop doing it. You know, I want it to be enjoyable. I want it being you're part of the team, you're part of helping. I don't want it to feel like a job. I don't want it to feel daunting. I don't want it to feel like you have, you know, deadlines to meet or anything like that. I just need some help. That's really it. Anissa, it looks like you got some information on that. Can you send that to me by email? I'm not going to look at it right now. I'm going trauma nurse up in here. Hit the like button. Yeah, right. Hit the like button. Love your channel. Excellent work. I know you work very, very hard. Oh, thank you, Ace. I appreciate that. So anyways, guys, we are at the top of, well, we're going into the top of the second half of the third hour. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go out and, watch other channels. I got a lot of work to do here. I got a lot of videos to create. I am going to start introducing, I started creating videos which help bring awareness to some cases, as well as help build some, extra members on this channel that wouldn't be here. I'm going to start rolling out with some more videos. If you guys could help by watching them, sharing them, liking them, placing them in other places. If you guys are part of the true crime industry, try the true crime group channels, throw some of those in there. Help people see the work that we do here. Again, I hate being here. I like being out in the field. And the sooner we can start building this channel and getting money coming in here, the more I can start getting out and being more in the field. So it's progression. We can't knock the progression, but we definitely need to have goals in mind of where we want to go. And if we want to get out there and we want to be in the field, we have to have our goals directed so that we are able to do that. So anyways, guys, make it a great day. Don't forget, if you guys would like to sponsor the upcoming trip, many of you know we're going to Idaho. I need $1,200. We are down to where I need about $500 more to get out to Idaho. If you guys would like to, we have 237 people in this chat right now. If everybody in this chat right now gave $3, I would have my the rest of my trip paid for. But I know, and I think it would be more in line with $2. Everybody in here paid $2. I would have my money literally today for my trip. But I know that not everybody supports me, even though they watch me. So if you are one of those that would like to support, the majority of our funds, the majority of the donations that have come in specifically for the Idaho trip have all been under $25. We've had more than 25. Of course, I've had a large, large support. But if you would like to support this and you can't, pay $100 or something like that, but you could afford $5 or $10, please consider doing that. We are going out to the case of Michael Monkey Vaughn, the little boy that disappeared from Fruitland, Idaho. And we are leaving in the next week or two. You know how I am. I don't like giving specific dates. I don't like people knowing where I'm at when I'm out in the field. I like to be safe. And this is going to be no different. So if you would like to, this is going to happen. I've already got my airfare. I'm going to be getting the airfare. What I'm short on is my rental car. So I've got rental car and gas, and that's what I'd like to have covered by sponsorship. And I'm covering my own room. That's what I can afford. So we've got the plane ticket already. I just need the auto rental and the gas for that auto rental, which is going to be about $500 for the time that we're going to be up there. So if we can get that raised, we'll be good to go. So any help that you can provide, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. And don't forget, you can pay that. If I don't know, a lot of people use different apps. So we have PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. Oh, thank you for your trip, Betty. Thank you, Robert's girl. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I think that's about it. Thank you for the super chat. Yep. Thank you. Thank you all for all the help that you guys have been giving for this trip. I think we're going to meet our budget, and it's going to be a great trip. I'm already, listen to this. So many of you guys know I talk about facts. I try to keep us fair. And this is a big shout out to you, Lana Westbrook. Okay. I am a fair person. Okay. I'm not going to do my job the way you want me to do my job. I have a process. I'm legit. I work through this stuff methodically, and I look at all avenues. If you start hindering my ability, I don't ask permission for anything. I'd like to help in this case, but I'm sick and tired of you not knowing me and keep constantly beating me up when you have no idea what I do. So you can either help me get to the bottom of stuff, or you can keep talking crap about me. Either way, it does not matter. I still go out there and I still tell a story. Okay. I'm looking for information. I'm looking to tell the real story. I will look at every single flippin' avenue related to Michael Vaughn, including his parents. Okay. Law enforcement has come out and said that's not the focus of their investigation. So why do you care? If I get out there and I'm looking at all avenues of this and it does not lead down the parents, at least we covered it. And the people in this chat can say, Andra looked at that. It's not true. But I have to look at that in order to overcome it. And every time I bring up Brandy or Tyler, this whole Nazism of coming out and attacking people is getting ridiculous. And I'm telling you, it's making Brandy and Tyler look bad. You are making Brandy and Tyler look bad. So back the F off and let us just do our job. I like to play nice with you. I really would. But I'm out here to help a missing boy. I'm not out here for a popularity contest. I don't really care what opinion you have of me. I'm a good person that works hard for these cases. Okay? I do not intimidate well. And that's probably the last thing you really want to do. I'm trying to be your friend, but you're not going to sit here and poo-poo on what I do. I'm very methodical. I'm very strategic. And I'm very prompt in what I do. I am going to be out there handing out flyers. I am going to be out there looking at ways that this child was abducted. But with all this hate coming from Lana Westbrook and Levelheaded, it's making Brandy and Tyler look bad. It's making Brandy, if you're watching me, honey, get this person out. She's not doing you any good. She's the one that's causing you this additional nonsense with people thinking that you and Tyler are guilty because she keeps trying to go out and attack anybody that even brings up your name. And I keep wondering why she's doing that. She's making you look bad, hun. So either way, I'm coming out there with the right heart. I'm coming out there with the right intentions. I really, I'd like, Brandy said she would be willing to help for anybody that searches for that. If she chooses not to help, that's fine. That's fine. But I'm going to tell you, I'm there with the purest of hearts. And you don't have to trust me or like me, but I'm still going to do what I do. If Brandy and Tyler have nothing to do with this, they have nothing to worry about. I'm not out there for Brandy and Tyler. I'm out there to find out what happened to Monkey. But you guys want to sit there and take everything I say out of context, that's okay. But I'm telling you, you're not making Brandy or Tyler look good. It's actually counterproductive, the threats that you're saying to people, the threats. Now, mind you, I've got this all captured, Lana. All the threats you say to everybody. First of all, threatening people is against the law. And I've already captured those. So if I'm not going to have anything happen to me. I'm very safe. I do everything above the law. I'm out there to look into information. Do I protest? Yes, when it's necessary. Am I going to be protesting out here in front of their... Give me a flipping break. If I'm going to protest, believe me, I'm going to tell you I'm going to protest. I'm here to fact find. I'm here to look for information. I've got no problem with Brandy. I've got no problem with Tyler. But I'm starting to have a problem with your mouth. I'm trying to be fair here. And there is a reason why you and Levelhead keep obstructing people that are trying to help in this case. And I will get to the bottom of it. But I can guarantee you, Brandy and Tyler need help. We're going out there to help them. Do you understand that? If Brandy and Tyler had nothing to do with this, I feel bad for them because of the scrutiny they went under. But they have a missing child. And if that's the walk they have to walk, that's the walk they have to walk. If I was in their shoes, I'd have to walk that too. If anybody else in this chat was in their shoes, they would have to walk that too. If you've noticed, I think I've been very fair to Brandy and Tyler. You don't see me plastering their faces across my channel like I did Don Wells and Candace Bly. Why? Because I knew for a fact that Don Wells and Candace Bly are responsible for their child. I have not done that. I'm fair. I'm fair. And at the end of the day, a little boy is missing. And I care for that little boy. And I want to help that little boy. I'm going out there without any bias, without any thoughts. Like even with Even with Summer Wells, I went out there thinking that Candace is key to this whole thing. Like, I already knew certain information. I haven't even made that determination. All I've simply said to the world is I'm going to look into the Michael Vaughn case, and that means looking into every single avenue of this case. Abduction, parents, foul play, stranger danger, somebody that knew him, registered people in that area. I'm looking at all the possibilities. I'm not going to have somebody intimidate me out of following a possibility. Go straight to integrity. Go straight to integrity, Lana. Let me do my job. You might be pleasantly surprised. Just saying. You might be pleasantly surprised. But I'm telling you, the last thing you really want to be doing, and this is coming from just a place you don't know me. I get it. You may misunderstand who I am, but let me be a friend. And this is going to be the first and last and final chance that I'm going to say this to you, Lana. I'm a nice person. But one thing you really don't want to do to me is threaten me. And you damn sure don't want to threaten me with bodily harm. That is literally the last thing you ever want to do to me. Okay? I'm out here to do a job. Okay? I have not accused anybody of anything. But I will tell you, when a police officer comes out, you know what? I'm not even going to deal with it. I'm not even going to deal with it. You don't deserve an explanation. What I am going to tell you is I'm out there to help the boy. I'm out there to help the family. You want to keep poo-pooing on my name, you're going to have some problems with me. Because when I get out there, you're going to realize that my heart is true, and you're going to want to come up and talk to me, and you're going to want to come up and help me. And at that time, it's going to be too late. So give me a chance. But I'm sick and tired of hearing you and Levelhead publicly talk shit about me behind my back. You really don't want to do that. That's all I'm saying. All right, now I'm done with the drama. Now I'm giving you guys the deuces. Don't forget to be fearless. Come back tomorrow, and we will have a Manic Monday. And anybody that's watching now, if you go back to the replay, you'll understand why I say that. All right, love you guys. Be good. Have a great day.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.